Chuck, can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We're live.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. We're live.
Okay.
Sundays and Wednesdays, yeah. 8 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. It's the crew and you. Let's go.
You can't get any better.
Best thing about it, the way he did it the right way.
With the crew and you, to the crew and you.
Do y'all have anything to say about
What up, baby? Welcome to the crew and you. Congratulations to my dog, Chuck Little John, the OG.
Y'all didn't notice I've been changing hats all night, have you?
No.
You've been doing it. And so look, let me tell you, those dudes were the first one that I ever seen with the full tracksuit and no drawers. You know what I'm saying?
Understand that you can be at the bottom, you can be anything you want to be, and when that happens, you can be a champion like me.
You imagine 100 people just all yelling?
With the crew and you, to the crew and you. With the crew and you, to the crew and you.
What's up, everybody?
Go ahead, Corey. You go ahead, do it.
Look, my bad. Listen, I think we both on the same page. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the crew and you. I'm your boy KD, better known as Decatur's most disrespected college football playoff participant or fan. Right next to me is my man, Commander's own #1 fan, Chuck Little John. We are missing our main co-host. He's under the weather today, and we're gonna be trying to hold it down for him and give get out of here and give our insights on some stuff tonight. And what you want to say? You want to say something?
Hey.
My oldest son, Austin.
Hey.
Man, what's going on, Big Charlie?
Oh, not much, man. What's happening? I guess before we get started, good, let's go ahead and give our sponsor his just due, because I know when we get to this conversation, it's going to be long and ongoing.
Oh, man.
Are you in the market for a new home or looking to refinance your conventional, FHA, or VA loan? The crew and you have the perfect guy for you, the mortgage guy, Alvin Jameson. That's right, Alvin Jameson at alvinjameson.com. You can also reach him as we do at 404-587-9033. Financing a home can be one of the biggest investments you can make. Go with the one the crew and you trust, Alvin Jameson. And when you reach out to him, let him know you heard it from the crew and you. Are you in the market for
All right, so we go. I think today we should probably start it off with the most, I guess I'm going to say it's not important. I guess it's the most important topic that's ongoing today. And that is the announcement, the announcement of the Final Four for the college playoffs. So I was coming, we were out of town this weekend. So I told my wife, oh man, come on at 12. How am I gonna find out? Then I said the guys started texting, but then I said, get serious radio in the car. I said, I'm gonna find me a sports station
somewhere.
So I found a sports station to listen to it on the
in the car.
In the car on the way home. So, but I thought it was kind of crazy how ESPN did it. Did you see it live?
I didn't see it live.
It's kind of crazy how they did it. So they announced the first team and the second team. They paused a little bit. So they announced Michigan and then they announced Washington.
Okay.
Then they paused for a little while, gave this little interlude, started talking about how Washington should have got there and all this kind of stuff. Then they announced Texas. Well, when they announced Texas, then they said we're going to announce and see who the number 6 seed is.
Oh! The curveball. So they knew this. Oh, man.
They said we're going to announce who the 6 seed is. And then, of course, the 6 seed was, unfortunately, Georgia. Then they came back and announced who the 4th seed was, who was Alabama.
I missed that part. When you saw that happening like that, what did you see it coming? or did you like, oh, here we go, you know?
No, I just thought they were gonna go straight through and announce all the 4.
Oh no, man. Okay.
But then I said, I guess when they did say Texas, my wife said, this they go to. So now it's only one spot left. Georgia already ruled out. There's only one spot left, so now you got Alabama and Florida State. So they left it there for a minute, started doing their little build up to it, and then they finally announced that Alabama was going to be the number 4 seed.
Did you feel like they were making excuses? Did you feel like they were like I said, to me, I ain't see that part, but how you explaining it before you even get there, I'm feeling like you finna hit me with some BS. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even when you said, let's go to number 6, I would have been like, what are you talking about? What's going on?
Yes, I think what they tried to do is put drum in it because they announced the first 3. They didn't want to announce the 4th one. But they went and put a little bit more drum in it by saying, let you know that Georgia was out. But now you still don't know who in. Everybody was thinking, of course, between Alabama and Florida State. So, I wish that guy G was here. He's a Florida State fan, but we can get your insight being a big time Georgia fan that you can see right behind you as far as. And I know you said you were worried about this. You mentioned this over and over and over again that you were worried about this going into this game, fearful for if Alabama should happen to beat Georgia, what was going to happen.
Charlie, you hit it right on the head. 4 weeks ago, I said this to Gail. I said, watch out, man. I said, either you or me are going to get hit with this because this whole college thing is made for the need for Alabama. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but I said if they continue to chug away like they are, this college football playoff committee has always been huggish. Let me keep my arms around Alabama for some strange reason. And then we saw the need for the money, which is Texas. Now, at the same time, I'll say the money. You can't put an Alabama in without Texas because Texas beat them hands on. I don't know who Dark Sage 9117 is, but he said, as a Michigan fan, it's a shame that they did not consider Ohio State for the final spot. They are, in my opinion, or were one of my best 4 teams this year. It is not their fault that they lost to the 3 to Michigan, by 3 to Michigan. All their wins were quality wins. I feel the same way about Georgia. We end up losing by 3 points ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And I like that post, Dark Sage 9117. But we end up being the same way. But I told Galen this a few weeks ago, especially when their quarterback went down. They will look at Florida State as – because go ahead, let me say this here. Let me go back. I told my wife, and I looked at this, on ESPN. They've been saying this all for the past month. The goal of the college football playoff committee is to find the 4 best teams to play for the national championship. That's their goal, to find the 4 best teams. But they've been, like I said, huggish on, or grandpa-ish on Alabama. When they start chugging along, I said, Galen, watch out for the hook. Watch for the curveball. If they get close to it, somebody's going to go from 8 to in the top 4. You jump 4 spots. And then you have the nerve to drop Georgia 6 spots. But I said in the beginning, when they dropped us, when week 10, when the college football playoff committee first started, we were number 3 in their eyes. They never respected us. And I remember when you said after that, like 3 weeks later, you go, hey, Georgia's been chugging along. They're starting to look better. They proven that they're number 1 when they went through that gauntlet of 3-4 teams, that were ranked on their last 4 teams. Mm-hmm. They did not see that. They did not respect it. They didn't care for it. Didn't want it. Georgia loses 1 by 3 points. Y'all done. No chance. I told my wife on even Ohio State, because they sit there because they can't play anymore. They just got to take it. Sit on the corner and that's it for y'all. Yeah. It's a terrible way to do it, OG. But man, I'll be lying if I told you I didn't see it coming or I didn't expect it. So I wasn't too disappointed. Am I disappointed now? Of course. Hell yeah. But I saw it happening. It's like a card trick, or the dude that do with the sugar and all that. I saw it coming, man. I saw it.
I know you were saying, which I didn't see because, like I said, I was driving in, but he said, "Did you see Michigan reaction after they seen it was Alabama?" I didn't see that. I'm not sure what kind of reaction they gave. But
so they get.
You saying you can't do those kids at FSU like this. They play their butts off. The defense can't play with any of the top 4 teams. Yeah.
They gave up on Florida State when that Heisman candidate, well, that future, that first Heisman candidate quarterback went out. Yeah. They gave up on Florida State that fast. They didn't respect the ACC at all.
But I guess my son is a big time Florida State fan today, so he's sick. And he liked the 49ers. He said he was so upset he started not even watch the Philadelphia game. That's how upset he was. But I guess he made kind of like a valid point too, is that I guess I can't remember how many years ago when I think Ohio State didn't Ohio State go into the playoffs with their third string quarterback? Or they got down to their third string quarterback when they won that national championship?
I can't remember. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What's that kid's name? I'm gonna call him Shotgun.
The chunky fat black guy.
Yeah. He was the third string quarterback, and they won the national championship that year.
The kid that died on the freeway for Pittsburgh.
Is that the same guy?
I think that's the same guy. I think that's the one. That's the one. He said he came in for he won. He came in when that quarterback got hurt, and he played like maybe 6 games and won the national championship, and then went straight to the draft when he should have stayed. Pittsburgh quarter. Well, he was in Pittsburgh. The kid that died on the freeway. Hackett. Yeah, it is right. Yep.
Somebody saying Cordell Jones.
Cordell Jones is who he played. No, it ain't Cordell Jones. I thought the kid's name was Hackett. The one that like I said, he ended up going to I can't remember. And the Pittsburgh Steelers picked him up. He ended up being a backup at Pittsburgh. And then he ended up having that incident on the freeway. He got hit by a car. Bill John saying that's not him. He won a championship. I think that is him.
Kanisha should be able to tell us.
I know. I don't know what she did.
She said they did wrong for how they are doing Florida State.
She said that this morning too. So in my head, this is what I wanted to see. We knew Michigan had solidified their spot. Washington had done their job. And I ain't going to lie to you, I was scared about Washington because I didn't think that they respected the Pac-10 as much as they did. But they did, Washington, and then I felt like this is me. If you put Texas or Alabama in, or if you were going to consider Alabama, and, like I said, disrespect Georgia, I felt like Georgia and Alabama should have both canceled themselves out. Put Texas in respectively because they beat Alabama. Alabama beat us, so you put the team in that beat, in a sense, us and Alabama. So put Texas in, and then I'm sorry. You put I'm sorry. You would have did Michigan, Washington, Florida State, and then put Texas in. That's how I saw it. Wipe both being Alabama out because Alabama did get beat heads up by 37 points by a Texas team, but some kind of way they felt like he was the one. So she's saying Cardell is the one who won the championship. Did Hackett not win one too? Haskins.
Yeah, that's who I know a lot of people putting a lot of chats in here, and my brother said that, and I said shotgun, but they called him 12 gauge.
12 gauge what?
That's the guy that won the championship with Ohio State. That's what they called them during that run.
They called it a 12 shotgun.
Yeah.
What's your point with it?
Oh no, I'm saying they went to the championship. I'm saying but basically what they did was they basically kicked Florida State out because Florida State lost their starting quarterback.
Yeah.
And the point is that Ohio State was able to go and win the championship without their starting quarterback. So a team that's I know they trying not to get the ACC that much crap, but a team that's gone undefeated and win their a Power 5 championship, and you still don't get in, and they justified, I guess, quote unquote, by saying they lost their starting quarterback, so they're not one of the top 4 teams. So but of course, you put 2 teams in that lost the game.
Yeah. So Corey Sims is saying that Jones was the one that came in relief of the injury and won. But I guess I'm trying to figure out who you were talking about too, there, OG. But
whoever was that I can't remember. I'm about to Google and see, but it may have been the last championship that Ohio State won. The winning quarterback for the last championship that Ohio State won. He was not the starter.
Okay. I like I said, whoever was, I think Haskins was in that same kind of talk that you talking about.
I think Haskins may have been the starter, but this guy came in, I think, because Haskins got hurt. I could be wrong.
Okay. He said they have already proven that they could win with their backup. You're talking about Florida State. Okay. Yeah, that shouldn't hold them back. Hey, listen, we don't know. Did they tell you why? Whenever they were explaining why Florida State got kicked out, did they say why on ESPN?
No, like I said, it was a radio show, and they basically what they were trying to do was it was a radio show that just tuned in to ESPN.
You were listening. You were listening in the car at the time.
Yeah, in the car. Yeah. So I couldn't even find an ESPN station out there because I was driving trying to turn the channel too. But I found this one and they went to ESPN because I just wanted to hear who it was. But yeah, I haven't heard anything about elaboration on why they. I'm just speculating that the reason they decided not to put Florida State in there is because they lost their quarterback.
And I think the way Corey Sanders is saying it, we got to play Florida State now in a bowl game. It's like the two teams.
That's coming out too. Yeah, I was gonna talk about that too. They met. Yeah, y'all against Georgia. I think which bowl game is that in? It's one of them Big 6 games.
Why are you looking that up? See how crazy that is. It's like now let's give you a consolation bowl just this fast.
Orange bowl.
See, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that normally the bowl selection starts this week, but you giving us a bowl already?
Oh yeah, they already come out all the bowls. Who playing who?
Okay.
It's already out there. Yeah, the Fiesta Bowl is Oregon versus number 23 Liberty.
Oregon and Liberty, okay.
Yeah, Orange Bowl is Florida State and Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
The Peach Bowl is Penn State against Ole Miss. And the Cotton Bowl is Ohio State versus Missouri.
So Peach Bowl is here in Georgia.
Yeah.
Orange Bowl is in Florida.
Yeah.
Cotton Bowl is where?
Cotton Bowl is in Texas.
And then what other bowl you said?
The Fiesta Bowl is in Arizona.
Arizona. See, yeah. I guess what I mean. Like it's tough. It's a tough road to hold. To go undefeated, AP's national, number one for 12 weeks. 12 weeks straight. No disrespect on the AP poll. Now I won't say this again to you. Week 10, when they bring this poll out, we go straight to number 3. I don't even know where Alabama was at that time, but they started chugging along. I was trying to look up this new group that they have. I think it's a group of 13. There used to be 7. I think it's 13 now on that commission poll or whatever that put their stuff together. I don't even know how they choose them, but they said in the past they've had 2 or 3 that were Bama fans, or one person was from Bama. I don't even know what the criteria is for it. I just want to know how do you answer to how do you answer to the question moving a number 8 4 spots behind a 3-point win? It ain't like you dominated them or beat them down or whatever. A 3-point win, and honestly, with our field goal kicker missing one, it probably would have been tied up. I can't make excuses for it,
right?
But with a 3-point deficit and an L, and I know I said this before, they weigh heavy on the SEC championship. They do. You beat the national championship team and then you beat them in the SEC championship. They hold that as gold standard here. Because like I said, Florida State won theirs.
Yeah.
But they didn't respect the ACC championship. They didn't at all.
Now, I did hear what these guys talk about one thing, I guess, before they made the announcement. And that was the fact that if Alabama or Georgia didn't get in, and I guess this is correct, they said it would be the first time since they started this, 14 playoff, that it wasn't going to be an SEC team.
Yeah, and they didn't want to see that.
Yeah.
What does that matter, though? Do it
Yeah, I
right.
know.
Yeah, what does that matter? You know?
And so now we have number 1 Michigan against number 4 Alabama, and then number 2 Washington. So Michigan and Alabama will be playing in the Rose Bowl.
Okay.
January 1st.
Michigan and Alabama. So how do you see that one?
I don't know. Michigan's playing real good right now, but Alabama is peaking too. I mean, and I thought about it. Melrose during the season they benched him.
So did game 3.
They benched that dude during the regular season.
So did. Hey, think about it for a game or two.
Yeah. And now he playing good. But I guess before we get to that, I want to ask you a question though. Do you think in the Georgia game that would Brock Bowers and what's my man? Is it McCalkey?
Yeah.
But them not being 100% full speed. Did you think that played a part in the game?
It played a part, and I'm gonna tell you what part it played. Those guys were beat up. I don't know if you watched that game. Those guys were beat up. They played their hearts out, but they were beat up. And then we had 2 freshmen offensive linemen that were in the game. It played a part. I'm not saying it tilted the scales. What I told my wife, we were both watching the game together. I said, at this point, sit them down and start playing these red chips that you got, these blue chip guys that you got. You know what I'm saying? Start playing these number 1s, these wide outs. Let's see what they can do at this point. They put one guy in. I think his name was Wilson, number 54, I think. Do one long one, that put us back in this thing. Give the guys a shot. And I understand why coaches do what they do. They go with the guys that they can trust. Deion Sanders was a prime reason behind Colorado not being able to do the things that they did, because he had a lot of guys on the bench, but he didn't trust but only a few guys. But we saw one game where they put that guy Miller in and he balled out, but then he put him back on the bench. Go with some of this new fresh talent that you had. I'm not saying that's the reason why we lost, but Ladd McConkey and Brock Bowers, they've been playing with him on their back all season, and he went with who he trusted. And I think it told a part of the story. Yeah. But was it the reason why we lost? I'm gonna say no, but I know Ladd McConkey was hurt the whole game though. They shot him up at halftime, and then he came back trying his best. He ended up catching a crucial pass in the red zone. Same way with Brock Bowers. And I just think they should have given him a little bit more, because they didn't play last week against Georgia Tech. They didn't play at all. They dressed. I think Bowers dressed. Ladd McConkey, he didn't even come out there. But tough game, man. I'm not taking anything from Alabama. They made an adjustment in the second quarter. They came and did what they were supposed to do. I think we didn't execute as well as we should have, but I just felt like to come and lose by 3 and to be pushed down to 6 as a tough L. Tough L.
Yeah. And then we got some, I know GA in the chat, few people in the chat saying they thinking Texas. Already saying Texas go take it all the way.
Texas, you got that's Metcalf, Jeremy Metcalf. Woo! Who you guys picking in the Texas game?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna wait for my pick to see who healthy and who not.
So Texas is playing Washington, but I'm like you at this point. I'm going with the Washington quarterback, Penix.
Yeah, because I know we made our picks about that game. Did anybody pick Oregon in that game? I know I didn't. I can't remember. You think you did?
I think I was. I know somebody did, right? I think it may have been me.
Yeah,
but then
I know it was me.
I ain't gonna lie to you, OG. I remember when I find myself watching the game, I'm cheering for Washington, and I was like, because I started looking, I was like, man, I was mad at Oregon about how they did Colorado. I said, did I pick Oregon? I think I did, But then in my head, G said he picked Washington.
So it must have been you that picked Oregon.
It was me, and I was like, dang. So look, because I'm cheering for Penix, and then I was like, I said, OG said this. I'm cheering for him, X, Y, Z. I said I should have did the same thing, but I own that one. I think I did pick Oregon. I thought they were the hottest team, but I'm glad Washington is in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think they may have pushed Penix over the top too for the Heisman.
So to answer that question to Jeremy, and I appreciate that comment, big homie. I'm going Washington. I'm going Washington. I know Texas is tough. Texas showed that butt off the other day to beat that 49-21, something like that, and they took their foot off the gas at the end of the game. So, but
yeah, I think right now, I've been riding with Washington for a minute now. I stick with Washington, but not to take anything from Texas. I mean, Texas got a good team too.
yeah,
even though we think that there's some teams that's in there that shouldn't be in there, some other teams should be in there. Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see how this all pans out. I know G said Michigan was upset about Bama being in there. I mean, you're the number one seed. I don't know why you'd be upset about Bama, but
yeah. So I guess, like I said, with this whole thing from going the way it is, I would hate. No, I ain't gonna say that because I'm waiting for this 12 man playoff team. I want to get away from this whole committee that they have. 12 teams will do it themselves. They won't need a committee, if I'm not mistaken. That's why they want to go.
How do you go? They have to have somebody because there have to be some kind of ranking that gets them in there.
I'm saying like most of it's gonna be conference winners. Most of them gonna be but I don't think they're gonna need the committee as heavy as they are. 12 teams is some of them gonna make theirs. I guess with the ranking, right? I think
they still gonna need a committee because those top 4 are gonna get a bye.
Would you rather committee or like the AP poll or coaches poll? What would you rather go with?
I don't know. I guess that's really tough. I think somebody's still gonna be involved. I'm not sure who.
Okay.
I'm not sure they're going by a poll what they're going by, but I think somebody's still got to be involved because that top 4. So that top 4 will get a bye that first round of these playoffs.
Okay. If they do the same way, like you mean like the playoff or the NFL, if they do that, they're just talking about.
They're getting about the top 4 going into the 12 team playoff are gonna get a bye.
Get a bye.
Okay. So the other 8 will play, and then those 4 that win those first set of games will then play the 4 that got the bye in the second round of the game.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to see less power from that whole group that they got, that college football playoff committee. I just want less power coming from them.
I think what they need to do is they need to put it down on paper. What are the requirements to be here, and here, and stick with that? I mean,
can you have requirements?
I mean, because I think if they had some type of requirement, then Florida State would have been in there with an undefeated season.
Okay.
And winning the championship. So I can maybe not requirement, but you got to have if situations. If you have an undefeated team because of their quarterback, or whatever the case may be, they should be in. I mean,
I need them to get the poll together. We need to be in that room when they voting, like in a courtroom or something. Or when they go behind the scene, I need to hear somebody's dumb excuse for what they choose. I get what you're saying. When you're saying the box is checked, they check this box, they got this. I got you.
Yeah. I mean, because right now, like you say, to me, I think it's kind of semi-biased because I think you mentioned that there's some people on this committee that's associated with some schools.
Got to, yeah, of course. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe that committee. I don't know. Maybe the committee needs to be. That shouldn't have no Power 5s in there because my times that 10 Power 5s going. So had a committee made up of non-Power 5 members, and let those people who are not biased make a decision on who go.
Man.
Because they won't have any bias to it. I mean, they won't have any legitimacy in saying I want my team to go.
But that's what I'm saying. How do you pick that type of group? Even if you want, didn't go to a Power 5, if you from Georgia, you like Georgia, how you South Carolina everything. Yeah. I think I'm saying, there's no way South Carolina would have been in there. You I ain't choose South Carolina. I'm choosing.
I guess it'd be hard to do, but I don't know. But right now, it's kind of good because, like you said, for Bama to jump from 8 and jump into the playoffs,
that needs to be explained.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I hear you when you say that though. Like, I know we can't stop. Me being a Georgia fan or you being a South Carolina. There's no way to test that type of water, but you got to be able to explain jumping 8 spots and putting them in.
Right.
But I still say the same thing. In order for Bama to win, somebody had to give Texas a bone. So to answer Jeremy's question, is Washington as deep as Texas? I don't think they're as deep as Texas. It's going to be real interesting. But because Texas is deep, because they ran the gauntlet on Alabama earlier this season. I think they beat them by 31, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody had to check me on that. But I know it was a beatdown when they went to Texas. Oh, no, they went to Tuscaloosa and beat them. You know?
Yeah. And I guess, Washington has been there. Has Washington been there in a minute? I can't remember last time Washington went. Have they ever been? So, so I guess the thing about that is you got two teams that never, I know Texas won a national championship, but it wasn't based off of the playoffs. I think the last championship they won was when Vince Young was the quarterback.
Yeah, I said Tyler drinking water. He was at the game. Yeah.
Yeah, so
they played USC, right?
Yeah, they beat USC. Yep. Yeah. So I guess both of those going into I guess they be in the same situation playing against each other. Neither one have been there before.
Yeah, I got
you. Versus you got a Michigan and Alabama, they both have been there. So
let me ask this question. And with these four here, whose time is it in your just eye test right now?
Eye test right now. No, Texas is tough. But I can't take anything from Washington. I mean, it's really tough right now. Mm-hmm. And based on what Alabama just did, I mean, can you take anything away from them? But I guess I would give the edge right now probably to. I say I'll give it to Michigan right now.
I was just about to say because I ain't heard you say nothing about that. But
yeah, I think I give the slight. It's not a big edge, but I give the slight edge to Michigan right now. I think if Michigan can beat Alabama, I think they'll take it.
I'm gonna agree with you there. I'm thinking the same thing. I think my wife don't want to hear this either, but I'm glad you said it first. Shit. I think this is Michigan's time. It's crazy without their coach. He done missed 6 games this season behind suspensions, and they still didn't miss a beat. I think in this first one, the edge on the quarterback situation, there's no edge because Milroe, he'll show up half the game, he makes some crazy throws and then he'll make some great ones. But he can run. I'll give you that right there.
Definitely, he can.
That Joker will run. It is a lot of speed on Alabama, Jeremy. I'll go with you on that. But if I'm with the OG here, if Michigan can pull out a dub against Bama, it's their time. Now, if Alabama beats Michigan and they end up having to, get Texas again, and then this is a whole nother future SEC, because Texas is coming to the SEC next year along with Oklahoma. It's just showing you where the power is going in this SEC. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's going to be another challenge right there. I don't know if they're going to be on if Texas and Oklahoma going to be in East and West. Where you put them, but that's just. We just add more loads into the gun, in this SEC.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. So we'll go ahead and I knew there's gonna be a long, lengthy conversation about these kind of players.
I end this off. Georgia, good season. It's tough that we can't find, a little bit more strength on the committee, but I want to say this was a great season. I know this was like a rebuild considering we lost 17 guys last year. Let's get back on it. The 3-peat is not there, but hopefully next year we'll be back in the mix, and let's do it again. So great season, Georgia, and let's hope that y'all continue to be successful in the future.
Good deal. Good deal.
And I apologize to Florida State. G, I know you can't talk, so let me apologize to them kids at Florida State. Y'all had a great season also. It's terrible that I know your uncle, I'm sorry, your cousin is somewhere not happy. We had him on the show. We hope that those kids can bounce back too with the ACC.
Yeah, that's all you can hope, man. I mean, they still go out there and I guess and represent their school, but I know it's a big letdown for them to sit there and watch it on TV and then realize they're not in there.
Facts.
Yeah.
So wait, before we leave on this college thing, who's the Heisman Trophy guys right now? Who's the leading candidates for the Heisman Trophy?
I'm not sure. I know Penix is there. I know Bo Nix was in the running. I'm not sure if the quarterback from LSU. I'm
Oh,
not sure who the top four right now that's
I'm
going
about
to
to
be
say
invited.
they hadn't been
Invited to
pushed.
New York. Yeah, I know.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm not sure who they are.
So no backs, there no running backs, no wide outs, nothing like that.
I haven't heard of any. Yeah, it says on here Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, Penix.
Is Harrison still one? Because I know he hadn't played in 2 weeks. Is Harrison a candidate? That's what G just put up. Penix, Harrison, and Nix.
I'm looking at here and I'm seeing Nix, I'm seeing Penix, I'm seeing Daniels. They even got in here one wild card in the Heisman conversation is Milrow.
What? Oh, hell. See that? You see what I'm saying? See, now I'm pissed. If Miro is in there, he's a good QB. Is he Heisman QB candidate worthy? No. But that's a. Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess it's different. I guess there's many sites out there, but this site I'm looking at has Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, Michael Penix Jr., and then they had your quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Carson Beck.
He did great, but he won Heisman Trophy great.
But I guess there's different sites out there.
Yeah, okay. Whoever did that with Milrow, okay. So the two that you just read, one was a Georgia guy and the other one was a Bama guy. You know, because my guy he was good this year, but no, he wasn't Heisman Trophy candidate.
Yeah.
What's going on, Big Steve? You know, not your average guy.
Yeah, but as we go here, we'll transition now to the NFL. Since your team won, we go ahead and start with your team. You give your synopsis of your team, then we'll talk about some other game. Talk about my team, which I already knew was going to happen, and then we'll go and talk about the other games that went on today and Thursday.
Yeah, so not a great game, but we did got a dub out of the New York Football Jets. At first we ended up, it started off not too good because they got a safety. It started off 2-0 on their end, or us 0-2, and then we ended up kind of slowing down a little bit, start running the ball, and their defense was actually pretty good. We just ended up doing a little bit better today. I think we shut them down in terms of getting in the end zone, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry, they did get one score, but for the most part, we held them to a bunch of field goals. Not, like I said, not a pretty game because the weather wasn't all that great. It was a little rainy, but we did work through it. It was one of our first games outside with some weather to it, and it showed us a little bit of resilience to get a dub. We ended up getting one game ahead of our, New Orleans. We were tied with them for the division lead. So now we have kind of moved away a little bit. We got a one-game stretch ahead of them in hopes that, I ain't gonna lie. Remember, I think I picked 10 wins. I'm hoping for 10. We getting closer. I need 4 more, so we got to go through the gauntlet again in our division. And hey, man, listen, if we end up getting 10 and getting that, now I'm being honest with you. I ain't never overtalk my team. So I think we both do the same thing, except in the beginning of the season. You get a little bit, you get a little over on yours, but. But at the same time, I know even if we do make it to the playoffs, it's going to be tough going against that Dallas game, that Dallas Cowboy group over there. And I don't even want to go that far just yet. But if we do make it, we still got a big obstacle to do. But I will say this here, because G ain't here. If we did get there and we beat them, he better not say nothing else. Look, I know that, and look, I need you on my side after that. You know what I mean?
But I can imagine what G thinking in the background, because that is with Philly losing, and they play Philly next week.
Yeah,
that tie could change as far as
it could be another team coming. Right.
It could be a different team if
facts.
If Dallas can come back and take over the division. So I know that's what G would be saying. So I'll go ahead and say that, G. So I know you're there listening. So I don't always throw shade all the time. And I'm doing that nicely because you're not here, really. I know you're not feeling well, so we hope you get better soon. So
you ain't feeling well. No, don't do that. That ain't you.
Yeah. So I'll give you a little bit of grace today because you're not on the show. If you were on the show, then it'd be different. But yeah. But like you see, y'all put it out, and I think y'all now 6-6, and I think Tampa Bay got beat today.
They got beat by Carolina?
Yeah, Tampa Bay got beat by. No, I'll take that back. No, Carolina they didn't beat. They won.
Oh, I was like, what?
Yeah, they won. They won 21-18.
Oh, okay, I was like, goodness gracious.
Yeah, they won. But that division is neck and neck right now. Y'all are one game ahead now. So y'all have to play Tampa Bay still?
Yeah, we still got one. We got to play each one of them, all three of them again.
Y'all actually play Tampa Bay next week.
We go to Tampa Bay.
Yeah. They say they come to y'all, right?
We go we play.
Y'all went to them October 22nd, right?
I guess they do come to us. You're right. Right after Thanksgiving. I'm sorry. Dang, I'm all over the place. The next home game? Are you sure?
This say I'm looking at the schedule. This say y'all play Tampa Bay at home. Y'all play Tampa Bay at home, then you go to Carolina. You come back and play the Colts at home.
Okay.
Go to Chicago and go to the Saints.
Okay. Well, there you go. My bad.
Yeah. So I go ahead my game. I mean, it's not going to take much to talk about because I already knew what was going to happen. I mean, I knew we were going to have any answer for Miami's offense, and it was evident. You know, I saw Tyreek Hill just basically run. Our defensive back looking back, grinning at him as he ran by him. So yeah, I knew. Yeah, I knew we was in trouble last week when I said we were gonna get beat. I'm just glad they didn't let them put up 70 like they did on Denver.
Yeah. What the score end up being?
45-15.
They were showing just Tyreek Hill highlights. Yeah. Let me mention this though. So last week when they took a nice L, they got rid of some people. I mean, in your opinion, how long do y'all keep Riverboat?
You know, I don't know how long they go keep him. Because I'm just thinking if they don't fire him during the season, then it's evident he probably be gone at the end of the season.
In the season.
Yeah, I think he's go. I know it's new regime and everything, but yeah, I think he's seen his time in Washington, and it's time for them to move on to take it to a different avenue.
Yeah. So if you had to choose, I know there's a lot of candidates out there, but so like me, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's not that I want to see Smith out of here, but I do know I do have a list of one or two guys that I would want to see as our coach, that can make better decisions. I ain't gonna lie, my wish list is Harbaugh. Do you got a wish list, coach?
If they let him go, I wish they would be the first team to do something that a lot of teams should have done. Let's give Benjamin a shot.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be my wish, is that they give him the opportunity to lead a team instead of being a coordinator.
Alvin Jameson said, OG, did you pick Washington to win against the Dolphins?
I absolutely did not. Alvin Jameson. I went on record last week and said
you didn't pick.
No, I didn't pick Washington. I said last week I knew we couldn't contain them receivers.
You know what? You didn't pick them then. Can you say
I said we couldn't contain them receivers. I knew what was coming.
What?
I don't need me being crazy. I knew what was going to happen.
So you wasn't bullshit. You ain't pick them for real.
No, I didn't pick them. I knew we had no answer for that gauntlet. We have rookie. We drafted 2 rookie cornerbacks, and I knew they were not going to have an answer for Waddle and Tyreek. No way.
G said, yeah. He said, nah. He picked Miami. Dang.
Yeah, I picked Miami.
So I don't know, Alvin. I don't know if he took the lead this week or not, but at the same time,
they had some other bad picks in there too. So, I know I didn't take the lead. I know I picked Seattle.
Yeah.
And I think the Colts won, and I think I picked Tennessee. So I know I got some bad picks in there this week.
Yeah. Are there any other hot seat coaches out there?
That haven't already been let go?
Well, yeah, I'm just saying there's towards the end of the season.
I don't know what's gonna happen with the Giants coach. I'm just gonna keep him.
Yeah. Alvin, I see you out there while he's going through that. Give me, do you have a coach that you need, like a coach that you want, somebody on your Christmas list that you want to see for those Giants? I'm trying to think who else.
The only other coach that I think we've been talking about, and that's that on the hot seat, and that's Belichick.
Man, Man, that's crazy. And they took another. That's a whole crazy team that's going on over there. I picked them. I thought they were going to actually do something.
But the score of the game, man.
Yeah, it was 6-0, right?
Yeah.
Was it weather? What?
I have no idea. I didn't see it. I don't know what it was, but yeah, 6-0.
Alvin said, keep who we have. Goodness gracious. Okay. Let's say here. Go ahead.
He said, he put in his saying we are still. Both of y'all have 5 wins right now.
Who you talking about? Oh, talking about you and Alvin?
I guess me and Alvin.
Okay.
So during this week's games, there was some, I guess to me, surprises out there. And I guess one that we could start with, and that was the Cardinals in Pittsburgh. To me,
Cardinals. So my wife said, at first, I think they had like 2 rain delays or whatever at that game, and they said they were trying to give Pittsburgh a little bit of time to get their shit together. I'm sorry, excuse me, get it together. But they ended up still taking the L, right?
Yeah, they beat them 24-10.
24. Okay. Let me see. Say I got 5. I got 5 wins too.
Mm-hmm.
So we all at 5 wins.
Right now, he said. Right now, there's 2 more games.
Okay, that still ain't good though. We at 5. So
how many about that point? He said the Chargers coach is in trouble.
Yeah. He keeps standing by them decisions with the defense of his, but yeah, him. I think the quarterback for the coach for the Bears.
Yeah,
I'd see. They keep taking L's. I know Alvin James said he liked Coach Dabo, but I thought he was one of those ones too, because he was going with a quarterback that couldn't get him nothing. In Daniels and is it what's that quarterback name right there? White kid for the Giants.
Are you talking about the starter, the one they just paid?
Yeah. And it's Daniels.
Daniel Jones.
Oh, yeah, Daniel Jones. Yeah. Yeah, he don't need to be no starting quarterback nowhere. Yeah, that's what.
Because they gave him the bag, so.
Sure did. Unless you decide to let him go for nothing, but I think, like I said, there's a few spots that need to be discussed. Possibly the Raiders. Well, they got rid of theirs, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the coach that they haven't already got rid of their coach. Yeah, the Raiders already got rid of their coach.
But I think he's interim. Is he going? He still got to apply. Well, I said apply for the job. He still got an interview.
But I think he's actually the GM. I mean, is he the GM?
He's the GM. Huh?
I think he's the GM. They brought. Don't make me lie. I thought he was. I could be wrong.
Pierce?
Huh?
Pierce?
I'm talking about for the Raiders, the interim coach.
You saying that he's a GM also? Pierce?
No. Is he the GM?
I don't know. I know he was on the coaching staff for the Raiders. Yeah.
Okay.
He said give AP the job. Yeah. Pierce. Antonio Pierce.
Okay.
He's still gonna have to interview at the end. See, he's interim right now. He's just taking the rest of the season.
Right.
But I think he's gonna have to interview like the rest of them. They're doing well under him, but he's still gonna have to do so. I heard also on 93 or what is it, 92.9 The Fan or 630 The Fan that the interim coach at Michigan, he's going to get a shot somewhere. Either at NFL or one of these coaching jobs out here in college, but he's going to get a shot somewhere too.
Okay. So let's talk about a couple of the games. So we talked about Dolphins. So let's talk about the Rams beating the Browns.
Yeah. I'll let you talk. Go ahead.
And I can't remember who I picked. I can't remember.
They just finished.
And they beat them 36-19.
Who was the quarterback that played for? Was it DPT or whatever?
For the Browns?
Yeah, for the Browns. Who played? Did they?
This is Joe Flacco.
Flacco did start? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was 23 or 44 for 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 INT.
Yeah, and see that it's not that I have anything to say, babe. I just, whenever you talking about it, and I just looked at it, Flacco coming off the bench, ain't played in 2 years. Wasn't the answer. You know, I would have run Ronald McDonald. You know,
You see that comment right there?
yeah, I saw that. That's why I said, you know, I'm just saying Flacco wasn't the answer. I thought, you know, I know that the guy, but they kept calling him DPT or DTP. Yeah, I know he was hurt, but he was a game time decision, a game time scratch. Turn that light on, Pooh.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Then let's talk about the big game of the week.
Come with it.
The 49ers and the Eagles.
Man, I just finished watching that game, bro.
Wow.
And listen, a lot of offense on the 49ers end. I don't, you know, 49ers look good, brother. 49ers look real good. And I thought this was going to be the litmus test between the two teams, but I don't know what happened. Was it Jalen? What happened on the Eagles' end? I don't know.
I think that I don't know if it was all Jalen, but I think the 49ers defense, I don't know how many times I know they say they hurt him a lot, but they stayed up on it. A lot of the receivers couldn't get away. And then the other problem is Philly's defense could not stop the 49ers. I think the 49ers had 5 straight possessions where they scored a touchdown.
Facts. And that, I think, yeah, like you said, on that first, they had a first, you know, when they came out and they just didn't look well. They just made some adjustments and they ain't looked back. And G said,
it all started from the beginning. I mean, Eagles got down there twice in the red zone and had to kick field goals. Couldn't score a touchdown in the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, it's when the gauntlet started for the 49ers. When they went on their straight possessions. I don't know. I know at least I've been high on Philly. But man, the 49ers look real strong today. I mean, real strong.
Did anybody pick 49ers?
I don't know. Yeah, you have to tell us that.
I know.
But yeah, they look real good right now. And I think G said this last week that with them adding Chase Young on the other side of Bosa.
Yeah. And
then having the 2 big guys in the middle, one of them being from South Carolina State, I might admit. That'd be Javon Hargrave. Yeah. But you know, and then I can't remember what the defensive back name is, but you know, I know he's number 7. You know, he's a beast on the defensive backfield too. And then you know, they even lost their linebacker, you know, during the game, which is the craziest thing I ever seen. Did you see that?
Didn't see that. I went.
What happened was Devontae Smith caught a pass on the sideline. The linebacker for San Francisco kind of suplexed him out of bounds.
Dang, okay.
Well, when he did that, the head of security for Philadelphia was right there on the sideline when it happened. So him and the linebacker for San Francisco was having some words. They said the head of security put his hand on his chest. But anyway, when he supposedly did that, then the guy from San Francisco kind of he didn't punch him, but kind of threw his hand out and hit him in the face.
That was one of the fights.
So after that, first they kicked the guy from San Francisco, but then they came back and kicked out the head of security for the Eagles. He had to leave the field too.
Did you see last week when they were throwing snowballs at 2 of their fans? I think they did. So they weren't even playing San Francisco, I think, but they had San Francisco jerseys on. So the fans just started throwing snowballs at them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Philadelphia. They were playing at Philly. And there was 2 guys, like 2 young guys. They just had some, you know, San Francisco jerseys on, and they started throwing snowballs at these kids. They had to literally walk them out of the game, you know, because they had on jerseys for San Francisco.
So at the Buffalo game, because they played Buffalo last week.
Yeah, and that Buffalo game. It was wherever it was. It had a bunch of snow. I don't know if it was. I'm gonna see if I can find it, but they just started throwing snowballs at the kids, and they had to walk them 2 jokers out of there. Or maybe they had on Buffalo jerseys and they were just on the wrong side. I don't know, but they were throwing snowballs at them. No, this game was in Philly. I think it was. But I guess I got to find it again. I'll send it to the group. Okay. But if anybody out there seen what I saw, they were just showing where the Philly fans were just throwing snowballs at them. And it, like I said, it was
Albert Jameson, you know, he said it's just one game. The Eagles can beat them if they play them in the playoffs. If they play today, if San Francisco they play today,
yeah,
it's gonna be hard for anybody to beat them right now because I mean, they come at all angles. You know, they got McCaffrey, they got Debo, they got Ayuk. And what's the other number 15 now? I can't remember what his name is. The other receiver.
Yeah, he got a touchdown today too.
Yeah, they coming at all angles. I mean, to me, I think they're the team out there. They're probably the most talented team on offense.
Yeah,
I would go on record and say that right now with those three receivers, and then don't forget about Kittle.
He did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you got all that on offense.
Yeah,
that's hard to stop.
McCaffrey,
Jennings,
they just keep feeding McCaffrey.
The other receiver's name is Jennings.
Yeah. And they just keep feeding McCaffrey the ball, and he don't miss a beat. And they got a backup that can do it too. But you're right, they got a bunch of weapons.
Yeah, and I think they mentioned during this game too was that the other Philadelphia's problem was they couldn't stop them on third down. They getting 6-7 yards on third down, so they come up on second down, and they already ahead of the chains. Pretty much every possession going downfield. I guess that's why they went them 5 or 6 straight possessions scoring touchdown.
I'm tell you one thing I don't like though about the 49ers. All right, and you may not like what I'm about to say, but your buddy is a bully. Let me tell you something. So Debo do the same thing everywhere. They showed. I don't know why they keep showing this thing. He comes out with the biggest bullet behind him in Williams. Wishing somebody would say something to you. They came out early and they get this boom box. They got a radio. When, like I say, if you out there, the punters and the kickers out there trying to get some early snaps or whatever, just trying to get warm up, he comes out there with Trent Williams behind him and 2 other guys talking trash already, But then I had to say to myself, this fool from South Carolina, I'm like, I know a few of them that's just as foolish as him or whatever. And he from South Carolina?
Oh, Debo? Oh, yeah, he's from right here in Spartanburg County.
So I'm saying he come out there. They say it's a tradition. They come out there and do this. Leave the people alone. You know what I mean? You come out there and mess with them like that, but they do that every week. You know what I'm saying? And now they do it. They did it in Philly. I'm like, I can't even be mad, but it bothers me a little bit. But you come out there, that's your early tradition. Sort of like how Deion said something. He used to walk around he'd walk around the field before game time, whatever. Listen, man. Sometimes you can't do that. Can't do that.
Yeah, my brother just sent us a little thing for TikTok. This is in the San Francisco game, Corey. He's showing what they're doing. This is the game today. They're like,
they doing it now.
Yeah, like this. Because that's how San Francisco I don't feel like that was in today's game.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like when I don't know what game it is. G was saying that it's an old clip, but I mean, regardless,
the old clip. Okay.
Yeah, if it's an old clip, I get it, but still, that's crazy to do the kids like that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I saw that one. They were. I mean, after a while, it's like everybody started throwing it. So yeah, man, that's crazy. But wild week in the NFL, like you said.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I will say that the 49ers have let me know that you got something to worry about. I know he said it, but it is that definitely close. They are. If we had last week, if we had Philly as the top seeded team, 49ers just gave you an answer too, though.
Yep.
Checkmate. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it is what it is. You got anything else you want to dab out?
No, I'm just gonna throw this out there right before we leave. Just to let you know, the University of South Carolina women went down up on Tobacco Road this week and took care of North Carolina and Duke.
Hey man, I saw the clip.
They beat North Carolina. They beat North Carolina. And they said they're just gonna stay in North Carolina. Yeah, because they played Duke today. So
I watched clips of that game where they mollywopping on teams. I get it, but they playing bully ball too, bro.
Man, we got 5 brand new players. How we playing bully ball?
Huh?
We got 5 new starters.
I get it, but they had this one tall chick.
She was there last year. Corso.
Okay, yeah.
She's 6'7".
Swatted the ball down, and then you get in front of somebody, get in their face. I mean, I get it, but they were saying this is a battle of South Carolina or the Carolinas or whatever. And yeah. And so, but they
take care of Tobacco Road.
Yeah, so they're now the number 1 seed right now. What, number 1?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, them. I think. Let me see. Iowa. They still look good. They had. I think Colorado. They're out of the top 10 now, right? Because Colorado.
And I think UConn lost again. I think it's the same. They think it's the first time that UConn lost so many games just early in the season in a while.
Okay, so UConn girls, okay, and then LSU, they're starting to look better too.
Oh yeah. So. Angel Reese is back.
Yeah. Congratulations, Angel Reese. She is back and looking. I'm glad that she's back on the squad now and it's looking good, and I leave it as that.
And we go outro on that note.
You will not do this way. Especially, look, he got the nerve to be sick and then. Yeah, I'm glad they starting to look good. No questions answered about why she was out. She's back, and that's all. So that's all we need to know, right?
That's it.
What's up?
All right, everybody. We'd like to thank everybody for joining us today. James Littlejohn, Dark Sage 9117. Thanks for bringing that heat, baby, in the chat there.
So come on back and still, man.
Yeah, I got right to Littlejohn, Kadisha Davis. Who is that there? Corey Sims, Jeremy Metcalf. Who else did I miss?
Hey, right there. Was he on?
Yeah, he was on. Yeah, I was talking about that. I think they're coming, everybody. If I missed you, don't count against my heart, count against my eyes. Dwayne, I appreciate you jumping on there, baby. Like I said, the chat line was going, and hopefully I got G out there be better to join us again on Wednesday at 8:00. As my guy G like to say, keep God first, keep your head on the swivel, baby. We are out.